The title thing's so tough. Jeffrey Goldin, I'm from New York City, and I guess I'm Redfarm's Dumpling Ambassador. So Redfarm was the concept of a guy named Ed Schoenfeld, and Ed was probably the most knowledgeable non-Asian about Chinese food in the history of New York City, maybe the history of the world. Ed always loved Chinese, spent a lot of years working in it. The beginning of his career, he was involved in some of the best Chinese restaurants in New York City. Back-to-back jobs, he got 4 stars from the New York Times in 2 Chinese restaurants that he opened. He took a break from Chinese, opened about 30 other restaurants around the country, around the world, one of those being Auntie Annie's Pretzels. And 15 years ago, he decided to go back to his roots to open a new Chinese restaurant, and that was Redfarm. About 8 years ago, 2 gentlemen came in for dinner at our original Redfarm location, and they ate like champions and they drank like champions. They stayed to the end of the night and said, "Hey, we're from Austin, and we would love to open a restaurant with you here in Austin." At that time, everybody coming through the door wanted to open a restaurant with us. A little time went by, we did some research on the 2 gentlemen, and they were absolutely amazing. One of them found the spot, called one of our partners, Zach Chodorow. Zach flew down to Austin, saw the location, fell in love. And over 6 years, the deal finally came together. Now, why is this such a great location? Well, it's great for lunch because it's downtown business. We're close to the convention center. We're close to ACL. We're tons of residential around us. And there are so many great restaurants on 2nd Street, it seemed a natural fit for us. And we did notice that one thing was missing from 2nd Street is there are no Chinese restaurants down here. There's great Japanese, there's great Spanish, there's great Mexican, there's a lot of great healthy food, but there was no Chinese in the neighborhood, so it just seemed like a great fit for us. When Redfarm opened in New York City, Ed Schoenfeld, who created the restaurant, told every single person coming through the door we were going to be the top-rated Chinese restaurant in New York City. And for 10 years in a row, we were the Zagat #1 rated Chinese. So our reputation kind of preceded us before we came to Austin. Tons of people in Austin have been to our New York City location. Somehow we've served 1.5 million people so far in New York City. So coming down to Austin, a lot of people knew about us. We have incredible local partners. And honestly, it took us about 1.5 years past the date we thought we were going to open, so there was a lot of buzz about us before we opened. So it's absolutely amazing at Redfarm that our #1 selling cocktail, which is called Le Club Hot, it's our take on a kind of a spicy margarita, a mojito combination, has not only been the top selling drink in Austin, it's been the #1 drink that people are ordering for a second time. And it's all of our New York locations just love that cocktail. The #1 selling item is spicy crispy beef. It's thin sliced flank steak, double fried in a Grand Marnier orange chili sauce, and it outsells everything on the menu every night. #2 selling is one of our dumplings, and what we're really known for is our dim sum and our dumplings. Probably the shrimp and Snoopy leaf is the #2 seller. It's my favorite thing on the menu, and it just happens to be gluten-free the way we make it. So from the first day we opened and we lit our sign, we just noticed there were tons of people walking around who just walked over and said, "Oh, what's this? New restaurant." So it's a very active neighborhood. There's always people walking around. There's a nightclub a block away. We're next door to a hair salon, an oyster bar, a grocery store. We're right across the street from True Luck, one of the more successful restaurants downtown. And there's just a lot of buzz and a lot of energy in the neighborhood, so we're happy to be here. Redfarm has taken another space on the corner of 3rd and Lavaca, where we plan on putting in our cocktail lounge called Decoy. We're still not 100% sure what the menu is going to be, but it's going to be amazing. Redfarm Miami is next in Coconut Grove. We are fully built. We just need to get this place up and running before that. And I know that the partners are looking at multiple locations in multiple states. Not sure when those are going to open, but there's a lot more Redfarms to come. So we book about 90% of the room on reservations. That way we always have some room for walk-ins. We have an 8-seat bar. We do full dinner service at the bar, but sometimes what happens is some people come in and have a quick Chinese meal. Other people want to sit for 2.5 hours. We're never sure. But if you come down and show up, most likely we'll be able to get you in almost any time.